Guys, we're gonna break down the 14 people I think should be in Total Drama season 8. I mean season 6. Some people call it season 8. So let's get into it. Sugar, she is definitely someone who can have a storyline as being evil. She is definitely someone who is very crazy and very can pull out anything and could be the main villain and the main antagonist. She's definitely someone who's very crazy, and also talking about her commercial just to do an audition. I don't think that's an audition, like, it's not on my opinion, but I really think she can do good in another season. Better than Pockettail Island, because Pockettail Island was the worst season ever, and I'll talk about that in one of my other videos. But like I said, Sugar is one of the worst evil villains, but she's not really even a villain, but like she would do best in another season. Like they're talking about space travel and everything, she could do best in that, and she can play the main antagonist. And that brings me to my other girl who I actually think might not like Heather. She's definitely someone who can be a main antagonist, but even though I think they will not bring her back because she has been worn out over the years, Heather is definitely someone who can do her best in the season. She's grown. She would have to come back for another season. There is no possible way she cannot come back. So, let's see the next character. Sierra. She has definitely gotten ruined in All Stars. She was terrible in All Stars without Cody. But I really think if they bring Cody back, I'm not saying I want them to bring him back, she can probably do better. And of course, she is psycho over Cody for what reason? Don't know why. I'm not. So, like, what reason? Like, she even helped Cody almost win. And the only reason Cody made it to the final 3 is because of Sierra. Like, no lie. But in All Stars, when they tried to put her and Cody away from each other, it turned out terrible. She ended up getting derailed. She ended up getting eliminated so fast. Ended up went forward and went eliminated so fast. Then she started liking Cameron because Cameron looked at like Cody what she thought. She even got so mad one episode that Gwen took him away. She went crazy. Is this me telling the writers that Sierra needs to be in another season, or me telling the writers that Sierra should not be in another season? After All Stars, I really don't know. She needs to be put in a good season with a good cast, or nobody's gonna start liking her again. No lie. That brings us to Courtney. She needs to be in another season. And since I'm going to talk about them together, Trent needs to be in another season. Trent is also in this list because Trent got derailed and Gwen needs to get what's coming to her from Courtney and Trent. I think what would be a good storyline is they bring Courtney and Trent back. Get Courtney and Trent together, and that'll be a great storyline. So I'm going to put them two in the same order. And that brings me to Beth, who should have been in World Tour. Beth is a wannabe everyone, a wannabe star, a wannabe. She's just a. And Beth definitely do need to be in another season to balance out her not being on World Tour. She was at the losers bench, but she still needs to be in World Tour. And like the changement they gave her in action didn't go all the way over to World Tour. And I think if they put her in World Tour, she would have been an All-Stars, and she would have been a good All-Star too. And then her imaginary boyfriend that people didn't think was real, but it is real. And Beth is just an amazing character who needs to be in another season. Needs to be, guys, so push it in. And she is one of the girls who needs to be in another season. She did great in action. I feel like she could have did great in World Tour. And I actually feel like if she was in World Tour, she would have been in All Stars. Just feel like it, but they changed their mind. But, like, she would have did good. Next, Maria. Maria is definitely someone who was going to be an All-Stars. She was an All-Star a little bit, but she's like... But she got changed because she's not an All-Star, but she definitely was going to be one of the picks. And she needed to be in another season. And because her elimination was so unfair. She didn't get eliminated right. She was thrown out of the catapult for nothing. So I don't have much to say about Maria, but She needs to be in another season. And the next one, the next girl and the last girl I was going to put in was very hard to do because I didn't know which one I was debating on. I was debating on either Gwen or this girl that I was debating on Gwen or somebody else. Gwen or somebody else. But let's see who won. Lindsay. She won the battle between Gwen and Lindsay. So, I really think Lindsay do need to come back. Because she do need to come back because in action, she eliminated herself. She said she learned from that. And then in All-Star, she eliminated herself again. Clearly, she didn't learn from nothing, and they derailed her so badly. Like, I know she's stupid, but she's not that stupid, isn't it? Gwen, I thought I had only 7 girls already, but here go our final girl, Gwen. I think Gwen needs to come back for the love triangle to come back. That's all I really need to say about her. She needs to come back for the love triangle to come back, and also for Courtney and Trent to shove it in Gwen's face that she isn't nothing and she needs to go on with Duncan. And nobody cares because she shouldn't have broke up with Trent and she shouldn't have broke up friendship with Courtney. So that's all I got to say about Gwen. She's terrible. I don't like her. That's why I want Courtney and Trent to come back and beat her down. So Thibodeau. Alejandro. He's our second boy I'm going to talk about because Trent is the first boy we talked about. So he's already in a place. So Alejandro and Sierra coming back. And also Heather coming back. This will be a perfect season, a perfect cast, and a perfect thing to come back. Basically, this will be a World Tour reunion because the World Tour was the best season anyway. And that's not much I got to say about Alejandro, but he needs to come back and get shown what's news to him. And also that Heather and him are together now, so let's see what happens. So let's see, is he tears up the game or do he just keep the game subtle and friendly for Heather and he goes to the final 2? Probably not because he already went to the final 2 almost 2 times. And the one time he did get to the final 2. So let's see. And that brings us to our third boy, the dirtbag. Duncan is definitely a dirtbag for kissing Gwen, doing Courtney like that. And Duncan is too, so I want Courtney and Trent to come back and show them what they're made of. And show them that they don't care no more. So they can get together. That's all I really got to say about Duncan. He's terrible. Very terrible. Push Courtney into doing stuff and doing all of that. And then just giving up on her just like that. That's just terrible. Very, very terrible. So let's bring us to our next boy in the love triangle. Total drama knows this character, and it is Scott. Scott is also in the love triangle from All Stars. So let's see the scene that I put in because Scott is an amazing character, amazing antagonist, and that's all. He is an amazing antagonist, amazing love interest, and amazing everything. He's crazy, he's funny. I love his spirit, and I love how he is. I love the relationship between Scott and Courtney is on this list a lot. Talking about Courtney is on this list a lot. So let's see our next character. Tyler definitely needs to come back with Lindsay because there's a whole storyline about Tyler and Lindsay breaking up, and I want to meet the storyline. The storyline needs to come on in. So Tyler definitely needs to come back. That's the only reason I want him to come back, and after that, I'm okay with them eliminating him. Don't get whatever they want with him. I just want him to come back and see that storyline and see what the storyline was going to, and not just make that storyline come up for nothing. So that'll be good. I think Scott needs to come back, and that's all it is. He needs to come back. Scott needs to come back, so that's all it is. So that's my whole list. Thank you. I hope you guys like it because Mike needs to come back. A lot of these characters needs to come back. So see you guys next time.